Let's stop pretending. You are not in control of your life. You are owned. You're owned by a boss who doesn't care about you, by a phone that dictates your dopamine, and by strangers whose opinions haunt your sleep. You're a reactionary machine. Something happens. You react. Someone speaks. You bleed. You are so predictable. It's pathetic. You spend your energy trying to fix a world that is fundamentally broken, while your own mind is a disaster zone. You're waiting for peace to find you. Peace isn't coming. The world is a meat grinder, and you are standing in the center of it with zero armor. Tranquility is the ultimate weapon of the predator, not the prey. You call yourself a man, but the moment your ego is bruised, you whimper like a child. You seek comfort because you are afraid of the silence where your own weakness is exposed. Stoicism isn't about staying calm. It's about becoming so internally powerful that the external world becomes irrelevant noise. It's about killing the part of you that needs life to be fair. If you are easily offended, you are easily dominated. I'm going to show you how to build a mind that nothing can touch. I'm going to teach you how to treat your emotions like raw data, not gospel truth. We're going to strip away the fat of your ego and replace it with the iron of discipline. This isn't motivation. This is a lobotomy of your weaknesses. You have two choices: stay a slave to your impulses or become the master of your chaos. Your sensitivity is not a virtue. It is a leash. Cut the leash. Master the chaos. The surgery begins now. Lesson 2. The ego execution. Lesson 1. Ego detachment. You are suffering from a disease called main character syndrome. You think the universe is a stage and everyone is conspiring to hurt you, judge you, or ignore you. Wake up. You aren't that important. The person who cut you off in traffic doesn't know you exist. The friend who didn't text back isn't plotting your downfall. Your ego is a bloated parasite, and right now, it is starving you of your power. Your feelings are not sacred. They are just chemical glitches caused by your vanity. Every time you get offended, you are admitting that someone else has the remote control to your nervous system. You are giving a stranger permission to dictate your heart rate. Is that your idea of being a man? Stoicism isn't about being a nice guy. It's about being a cold-blooded realist. An insult is only a weapon if you provide the target. Stop decorating your pain. Strip the event down to the bone. If you lose your job, you lost a source of income. Period. If your partner leaves, the house is quieter. Period. The moment you add, "This is unfair," or "I am a failure," you are stabbing yourself with a phantom blade. Your ego wants to be a martyr, but the world only sees a victim. Kill the I, kill the me. Become a void that no insult can stick to. If you have no ego, you have no enemies. You want to be untouchable? Then stop being so touchy. Stop looking for meaning in every cold look. The world is a chaotic mess of atoms. You are the only one trying to turn it into a tragedy. The world doesn't hate you. It doesn't even care enough to notice you. Kill your vanity. Become iron. Now that we've cut out the cancer of ego, let's talk about your leaks. Lesson 3. Energy architecture. Lesson 2. Energy architecture. You are a mental open house, and every loser on the internet has a key. You wake up with a pristine mind and immediately invite the world to come in and shit all over it. A vibration in your pocket, and you drop everything. A headline designed to make you angry, and you give it your heartbeat. You aren't informed. You're being raped of your focus. You are an attention whore, begging for a distraction because you're too terrified to face your own silence. If you cannot ignore what is irrelevant, You will never master what is essential. Stop pretending your busy schedule is productive. You're just a puppet dancing to every ping, every gossip, and every useless social obligation. A Stoic is not a people person. A Stoic is a gatekeeper. He treats his energy like a weapon, not a charity. If you let negative, low IQ parasites dump their emotional vomit into your ears, don't complain when your life feels like trash. You chose to be their dumpster. Your focus is your kingdom. If you don't defend it, don't be surprised when you're homeless. Build a wall. Burn the bridges to people who drain you. Mute the world before the world mutes your soul. You think being available makes you valuable? It makes you cheap. A diamond is hard to find. Gravel is everywhere. Stop being gravel. Start being a fortress. If it doesn't feed the mission, it is an infection. Amputate it. You want power? Then stop handing the remote control of your nervous system to strangers. Be cold. Be unreachable. Be focused. You're not tired. You're just a voluntary victim of noise. Seal the vault. Protect the fire. The perimeter is iron. Now let's turn your scars into ammunition. Lesson 5. Alchemy of Pain. Lesson 3. Alchemy of Pain. Stop whining about your trauma and start using it as ammunition. You feel pain. You feel heartbreak. You feel betrayal. And your first instinct is to crawl into a hole and hide. You want to numb it, talk about it, or wait for it to pass. Your pain is not a tragedy. It is raw, high-octane energy, and you are wasting it on tears instead of targets. The Stoics were the ultimate alchemists. They didn't avoid the fire. They walked into it to see what they could forge. They took the heat of anger and turned it into discipline. They took the ice of rejection and used it to harden their resolve. If you are hurting, you have a massive reservoir of fuel sitting inside you. Most people let that fuel burn their own house down. A master uses it to power his war machine. Don't pray for a lighter load. Pray for a stronger back. Someone cheated on you? Good. Use that rage to shatter your limits in the gym. Failed a project? Good. Use that embarrassment to sharpen your focus until it draws blood. Life tried to break you. Thank it, because a man who hasn't suffered is just a child in a suit, fragile, shallow, and useless. You want happiness? Go buy a drug. You want power? Learn to consume pain like it's oxygen. The obstacle is not in the way. The obstacle is the way. Your scars aren't weaknesses. They are your credentials of survival. The world breaks everyone, but some become iron at the broken places. Be the one who turns the blood into armor. Your suffering is wasted unless you weaponize it. Burn the victim. Forge the warrior. The fire is burning. Now let's stop the mental carousel from spinning out of control. Lesson 4. Destroy overthinking. Your brain is a traitor. You call it thinking, but it's actually mental masturbation, a safe way to feel productive without ever having to bleed. While you're busy simulating failure in your head, the world is moving on without you. You are a biological glitch, a predator that forgot how to strike because it's too busy wondering if the prey likes the way it looks. Overthinking is just a polite word for fear. You're not careful. You're terrified. Marcus Aurelius didn't meditate to find his happy place. He meditated to kill the noise. Every thought not rooted in the immediate now is a parasite draining your resolve. If you aren't changing your current reality, your thoughts are worthless trash. You're fighting a shadow war against enemies that don't exist, while your real life is being conquered by people who don't think twice. Intelligence without action is just a sophisticated way to be a loser. Look at a bullet. Once the hammer hits, there is no what if. There is only the trajectory and the target. That is how your mind must operate. Strip away the layers of maybe, someday, and I'm worried. If it's not happening within the reach of your own hands, it is a lie. Your nervous system is a weapon. Stop misfiring it into the future. Focus your entire existence into the next 60 seconds. If it isn't a strike, it's a mistake. Shut your mouth and move your hands. The universe doesn't reward your internal monologues. It rewards your impact. Kill the narrator in your head. He's a coward who wants to keep you small and safe. Amputate the imagination. Embrace the cold, hard weight of the present. Your overthinking is a graveyard for your dead potential. Stop haunting yourself. Execute now. The mental fog has been vaporized. Now let's stop begging for the world's permission to exist. Lesson 5. Stop needing approval. You are an emotional prostitute. Every time you look for a nod of approval, a good job, or a digital like, you are selling a piece of your soul. For a hit of dopamine, you have turned your life into a talent show where the judges are idiots you don't even respect. Your real problem is a man who needs external validation is a man who can be bought, sold, and disposed of. You aren't a leader. You're a dog, performing tricks for scraps of attention. Marcus Aurelius looked at the crowds and saw nothing but clapping hands and wagging tongues. He knew the opinion of the masses is worth less than the dirt under his sandals. Why do you value the thoughts of people who can't even fix their own pathetic lives? You are letting the blind lead you because you're too scared to be the only one who can see. If you are everyone's friend, you are your own enemy. To be truly stoic is to be a fortress. You must be willing to be hated. You must be willing to be misunderstood. If you don't have people who despise you, you aren't doing anything worth doing. Real power is when you can stand in a room full of people who hate your guts and feel absolutely nothing. Popularity is the crown of the average. Solitude is the throne of the king. Stop checking the mirror of public opinion. It's a distorted, filthy piece of glass. Look inward. If you are proud of the man you see in the dark, the sun's opinion doesn't matter. Your need to be understood is just a leash around your neck. Cut the leash. Be the storm. The crowd is gone. Now let's stop letting the dust of life dictate your pulse. Lesson 6. Stop letting small things control you. This is where the boy dies and the man begins. Most of you are bleeding out from 1,000 paper cuts. You let a traffic jam or a broken ego dictate your entire mood. You think you're sensitive, but you're just fragile. You are a biological leaf blowing in the wind of everyone else's breath. Your real problem is, if the world can rattle you with something small, it owns you. You're a servant to the trivial. Marcus Aurelius realized that your life is only as large as the things you allow to bother you. If you worry about small people, you are a small person. He built an inner citadel that no army could breach, while you've left your gates wide open. You are wasting the fire of your soul on garbage that won't matter when your heart stops beating. Indifference is not a lack of feeling. It is an abundance of power. Stop leaking energy. Every time you complain about a minor setback, you are admitting defeat. You are telling the universe that you are weak enough to be stopped by a pebble. Kill the reaction. When the world tries to provoke you, look it in the eye and feel nothing. Be the stone that the waves break against. A king does not negotiate with the dust on his boots. The lessons end here. There is no more theory, no more quotes to highlight. You are standing at the threshold of action. The noise of the world is getting louder, but your mind has finally gone silent. You have been forged in the fire. Now, it's time to see if you can hold your edge in the real world. Your irritability is a confession of your insignificance. Silence the world. Enter the arena. The training is over. The curtain is falling. Now, look at what you've become. This is where the transmission ends, and your life begins. You've sat there for 10 minutes, nodding your head to the wisdom of dead emperors. But here is the violent truth. You are still exactly the same person who started this video. Unless you move, unless you act. If you close this video and change nothing, you have failed. You are just a tourist in the house of pain, looking at the tools of war, but too afraid to pick them up. Marcus Aurelius didn't have time for your motivation. He had a sword in one hand and a pen in the other. He understood that the only thing that belongs to you is the choice you make in the next 10 seconds. If you don't choose discipline now, you are choosing slow decay. There is no middle ground. There is no try. There is only the strike or the miss. Waste no more time arguing what a good man should be. Be one. The world wants you to keep watching, keep scrolling, and keep begging for permission. I am telling you to shut them out. Burn the bridges. The version of you that needed this video for strength is dead. All that remains is the executioner. Mastery is the byproduct of relentless action. Put the phone down. Close the laptop. Go do the thing you've been avoiding because it scares you. That fear is the compass. Follow it until it breaks. This is the end of the lessons. From here on, you are alone, and that is exactly where you are most powerful. Your excuses are the nails in your own coffin. Stop watching, start striking. Subscribe if you are ready for the iron. Comment 1 if the old you is dead. Now, get out.